Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a kitchen hacks video. I made one like this about a year ago and you guys seem to really like it. So I'm back again with some more kitchen hacks, and I also wanted to show you a few really cool products that we've recently got for our new kitchen, which as you can see is finally pretty much done. I'll do a full tour very soon. There's just a few little bits to finish off before I do that. But I think this is officially my first ever video in here. So I do hope you like what you see so far, and yeah, I'm excited to share these hacks and products with you. If you like them, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, if you want more content like this. And before we get into the video, I did want to let you know that today we have a sponsor, and it is HelloFresh. I love HelloFresh. We've used them for so many years, and they've also said that you guys can have an amazing discount, which I'll share in a minute. But I like them because cooking, especially for a big family, can be such an effort. I always try to meal plan, but on busy weeks, or like this week, it's actually the summer holidays, it can be really difficult to find the time to sit down, think of what recipes I'm going to make, think what everyone in the family is going to like, get the ingredients and organize it all on my own. Whereas with HelloFresh, they send out fresh ingredients which are pre-portioned and seasonal recipes to your door. They land there as if by magic, and those are our meals for the week. Their recipes are so tasty as well. It's a great way to try something new or explore different flavors, and it definitely helps you grow in confidence when it comes to cooking. I love them if we're entertaining as well, or if we're having an at-home date night, or we actually even get the HelloFresh Christmas box just because it saves us so much time. I can follow the easy step-by-step recipe cards as well, even on Christmas Day. And as I said, it means less wastage because you have the exact right amount that you need for that recipe. And I also love the recipe cards. It's so easy to follow step-by-step. You basically can't get it wrong with this thing. There's even like photos to follow as well. And what we do is save our favorite recipe cards for the future. So I've actually got a big pack of them now. So if I'm ever lacking in inspo when I am meal planning, I can pull them out and I can remake the HelloFresh recipes as well. And aside from the food, they're the first global carbon neutral meal kit company. It's a more sustainable way to buy, as I said, less wastage, less trips to the store, and a lot of their packaging is recyclable as well. So I love them. I'd urge you to try them out. So I'll put a link in the description, which if you follow that and use my code, which I'll put on screen here, it's going to be FreshEmily50. But if you use that, you'll get 50% off of your first HelloFresh box, and then a further 35% off of your next 3 HelloFresh boxes. I'm trying to think if I can actually use my own code because it's such a good one, and it really is just dinner made, like simple. So yeah, links below. Check out my code. And anyway, with all that said, let's get into my kitchen hacks. And this is just a little hack that I started to use. I bought a couple of these chocolate shakers for a hot chocolate station that we made at Christmas. So you just like sprinkle a bit on top. But I actually have switched out the chocolate and I've put icing sugar inside. So now when I make the boys like chocolate croissants or pastries, it's really easy to just shake the icing sugar on top of them. Such a simple thing, but it actually makes it so much easier. So I really like that. And I was thinking you could get things like little craft shakers and fill them with chili flakes if you'd like to have that on salads or sprinkles even as well. So yeah. Next up, I wanted to show you an air fryer hack. We use this so much, especially while we were renovating, and I actually saw this hack on TikTok shared by Drew Barrymore. She apparently loves her air fryer as well, and she shared a way that she cleans it, and it's such a game changer if you ever like make something really sticky or like really messy in it. So it is to actually add some water just to the tray, and to add some washing up liquid, and then to actually put this tray back into the air fryer and like turn it on. So you can do like preheat for 5 minutes if it's not too dirty, or you could do like 15 minutes on 200 and literally like cook the dirt off of the air fryer. Then you scrub and clean it as normal, and it gets all the gunk off of it. And while we're talking about cleaning the air fryer, another product that I recently discovered, which is such a good hack, is air fryer liners. Now, you can obviously use parchment paper, but these actually keep everything within it. You can get disposable ones, or I actually really rate these silicone ones because obviously they're reusable. So say if you're cooking something like salmon fillets, you can just put them into the liner, stick them into your air fryer. Everything still cooks as normal, but all the mess is in the liner, which you can then wash or chuck into the dishwasher. And it's obviously easier to do that than the whole air fryer basket. So yeah, really like them. And next up, I wanted to show you how we DIY'd a workstation sink. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, I'll put it on screen here. It's basically a big sink and it has space for a drying rack, a strainer, and a chopping board, and you can kind of slide them around. And we loved the look of them, but it was really difficult to get here in the UK. And then we thought, hold on a minute, we could probably like do this ourselves. So we've got one big wide sink, which again is amazing when you're washing pots and pans, like there's nothing in the middle to get in the way. And then we bought this. I think we got it on Amazon. It like rolls out, so you can put it onto this sink like this. It's extendable as well, so depending on what size your sink is, you can like stretch it. And it even has this little attachment for cutlery. So now I tend to wash up on one side of the sink and then put like cups and things to dry over here, and it's just draining right into the sink, which is so handy. And then I also use my extendable strainer, which again sits on the sink, so if I'm washing fruit or veg, I can just do that over the sink as well. So we've kind of like done it ourselves, and I really love this. So I'll link it down below if you're interested. It's been great. Next up, I wanted to show you this product, which is actually a paper towel holder. And I know that doesn't sound exciting, but you don't have to have your paper towel sat out on your side. We wanted to hide it in a cupboard, but you could put this underneath a drawer. You could put this on the side of a unit. You can kind of like put it anywhere. You can either screw it in, or it actually comes with stickers as well. We just got it on Amazon, and we're actually gonna have it in our like breakfast pantry area. But it'd just be really nice to kind of have it away. We try not to use it all the time, but obviously there are some times, like some spills, where we do actually need it. So I just thought it was quite cool if you kind of wanted to get it off of your kitchen surface. And this next product you've probably seen before. This is an apple slicer, and it's perfect for cutting apples into wedges quickly for your kids. But I also wanted to show you another use for it. So it's great to use for apples, but it also works really well for making potato wedges. You can just use it in the exact same way, and it will make like wedge shapes. You want to use like quite a large potato, but it actually saves quite a bit of time. Obviously, there's going to be a really weird round one in the middle, but it's still good. And this next hack is one that I have shared in the past, but it's such a good one, especially for this time of year, that I had to share it again. It's perfect if you liked iced coffee as well. It's basically to make ice cubes out of coffee. So I've just made up about 2 cups of coffee here. I'm going to pour it into an ice cube tray and freeze it. And that way, if you're having an iced coffee, you're not actually diluting the coffee or the caffeine with water, and it really like adds to the flavor. And it's just super simple. So then you can enjoy your iced coffee with your coffee ice cubes. And this next tip is perfect for if you're baking and you forget to take the butter out and soften it. I don't know if it's just me, but this always happens to me. So a really good way to soften it is to cut it up into lots of little cubes, and then put boiling water into a bowl, then pour the boiling water away and put the bowl on top of the butter. I mean, cutting it up into little cubes will help anyway, but this just really speeds it up. And next up, I wanted to show you the most amazing gadget if you like pineapple. I saw this on TikTok, and I often like try out these products so that I can then share them with you, but we actually do like pineapple, Matt especially. And this one is really good. So the way that it works, it looks like this, and you basically just cut the top of your pineapple off, and then there is a little serrated circle just here. You basically put that onto the core of the pineapple and squish in, and then you literally turn it. And when I saw this on TikTok, I thought, that looks like, I think that would be really difficult in real life, but it's actually really easy. Ta-da! And then once you've got it out, you basically take off the top handle, and then you put this on it, and it actually cuts it all up into nice little pieces, which you can then put into Tupperware and use like when you want a snack. And another hack is to use Lazy Susans in your kitchen for storage. These are so handy, and I just get them on Amazon. They're also really great for things like sauces and oils, so that you can actually, rather than having to reach to the back, you can just spin it around and see everything that you have, and then just like grab what you need. So yeah, I really love them. Next up, I have a hack on how to seal a bag of crisps or chips if you don't have a bag clip. This is especially good if you're out on like a picnic and you want to close it and like make it airtight, but you don't have one of these. So all you do is literally fold down the bag, pull in the corners, and then fold it the other way. So I'll show you what I mean. So you basically fold it down as many times as it will go till you hit the crisps. Then fold it in an inch on either side, like this, oh, like that. And then you kind of basically fold it in on itself, and it will stay. Ta-da! This next hack is a little bit random, but I thought it would be perfect if you love to bake or you make multiple cakes for a party or something like that. It is basically to use your ironing board as a huge cooling rack for cakes. I just think this is so clever. I know it's not something you're going to always use.
With no icing.
You could just eat them like this. So we just made these. That's why Jackson's so excited to decorate them. So he's like hanging around. But I wanted,
love decorating.
yeah, so I wanted to like illustrate.
I'll put a jawbreaker on.
Yeah, you get the idea. Like a big cooling rack. And if you ever need to cool down a bottle of drink quickly, say you've forgotten to put it into the fridge before you're having company, something like that, I have 2 ways to quickly cool down a bottle. The first one is to put it in water and ice, and then actually add a big handful of salt. There is chemistry behind this. I was just listening to like why this works, but it's hard to explain to you. But I think it basically means that the ice melts quicker or something, but it makes it really, really cold. But if you don't have ice to hand, then another way that you can make it nice and cool is to actually wrap it in wet paper towel. I've literally just wet this. Wrap the bottle like this, and then put this into your freezer for 20 minutes, and it will be nice and cold. I also wanted to show you some really cool kitchen storage that I found on Amazon. It's perfect for things like Ziploc bags, cling film, tin foil, parchment paper, and obviously we only use Ziploc bags when we absolutely have to. We try to avoid it and use Tupperware, but there are times when it is really handy for like meal prep, etc. But yeah, I just thought it was really good value for money. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. And with the Ziploc bag and parchment paper ones, they even have a little cutter on them, so you can just pull it out and then like cut along and get like the right amount. And yeah, I just love it. I feel super organized. And this is a product that Matt actually found, and it's been really handy. It's basically all of your measuring spoons in one little gadget. You slide it back and forth to get the right amount. You basically put the amount on the arrow that you want, but it has like all your tablespoons, teaspoons, etc. And then also like small amounts of millimeters as well. I just like that it's just one little gadget that you can keep in your drawer. Next up, I wanted to show you a really cool hack that I found on TikTok on how to cut an onion easily. I know this sounds random, but you'll see in a minute. You basically cut off one end, get rid of all the skin, and cut it in half, but it's kind of all held together on this end. So then you do little cuts, but not going all the way through it, like this. Okay, so I thought that one was pretty cool and worth sharing, but I still love my little hand chopper as well. I got this again on Amazon. I'll link it if you're interested, but I love that you don't have to plug it in and it's so easy to use. I've just put some onion chunks in there and then you just literally pull it and it will make it. And the more pulls, the smaller they are, and I just find it so easy to use like that. You don't get like onion eyes, you don't cry. Hi guys, I was just editing this video and I realized I did my usual and forgot to do an outro, but I didn't want to leave you hanging, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my code in the description for HelloFresh, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!